we first started the podcast in our intro episode, we were talking about top 3. I put Crazy Stupid Love in my top 3, and that's one that we rewatched, I think for Valentine's Day. But rewatching it now, I was like, this got a little bit weirder stuff than I remember. Like, the teenage girl is like trying to give nude pictures to a grown man, and then instead gives them to like the 13-year-old little boy. And so,
creepy.
Yeah, that was one that I was like, like, it's still so funny, and I still loved it. I still, like, it's still one of my favorite ones. But that is one that, looking through a different lens, we're like scratching our head a little bit at some
I forgot about the
parts.
Polaroids, yeah.
Rage Whale. Special guest episode.
Today's special guests are Isa from Idaho and Sydney from Utah. They run a podcast called Call Me When They Kiss, where they discuss pop culture, romance, rom-coms, fantasy books, TV and film, basically anything where they kiss. Today we discuss everything from Star Wars, Wuthering Heights, Notting Hill, all the way to healthy relationships and how directors and storytellers sell us that happily ever after ending. This was a really fun and insightful conversation with our passionate guests. We know you'll enjoy this. Let's get started.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Isa,
I had a
just
work
joined.
fire to put out.
That was our prediction.
We've just finished.
Oh, dang it.
Hi Isa, how you doing?
Good. Better now. I just, a work emergency.
We've been hearing all about your job and
You missed a riveting.
taxes.
Yeah, you missed a riveting conversation about taxes.
Oh, really?
And daylight saving.
Yeah.
Daylight saving.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
That
right
one got
into
us
it.
too.
I've just pressed record just to let you know that we've started recording, just so you're aware. I was just about to say we've got one half of a podcast, but we've now got the full podcast joining us. So today, welcome back to Ragewell. We have Isa and Sydney from the podcast called Call Me When They Kiss, which is based on romance, fantasy romance, rom-com, everything around that, with books, movies, TV, everything. And we've been watching your content recently. There's a few things I'd love to bring up in a moment, but first of all, it'd be good to just have you guys introduce yourself.
Okay. Sydney, do you want me to start?
You go ahead.
We've never done this before. This is our first time we've been invited on another podcast, so thank you guys for having us.
worries.
Sydney and I were college roomies, and we've been friends for like 8 years now. Is that what it is? 8 years?
Yeah.
I'm from Idaho. She's from Utah, and we love love. We love movies with kissing in it. We love pop culture and smutty romance books, and we love to talk. So we were like, you know what? We could talk about these romance movies and books all day long. So why don't we start recording? Do you
It's
have anything
literally
to
that
add,
simple,
Sydney?
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Fantastic.
yeah, it kind of all started with our book club, but we'd start at like 6, and it was with a couple other friends, and none of us would go home until like 1 or 2 a.m. And so, yeah, Isa was like, we really should just start recording these conversations because we really can talk about this forever. And yeah, Call Me When They Kiss was kind of a inside joke, because anytime Isa would recommend a book, or anyone we know would recommend a book, it was a joke. We read books without kissing, okay? But it was kind of a joke that we'd be like, well, but is there kissing? And if they're like, oh yeah, there's kissing, we're like, okay, we'll read it. So yeah.
Does Eskimo kissing count? You know, when they rub noses?
Yeah, any kind. Sometimes, like, we just finished a book and they kissed like once in the last 10 minutes of the book, and it still counts. So
1-star review.
Oh, that's a build-up, man. That is a build-up.
Sometimes we don't even... What?
that's how you know a romance is good. If you're getting excited about them brushing hands or
Yeah.
Eskimo
just
kissing.
strokes their hair like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, sometimes we don't even need the kiss. We just need like Mr. Darcy's hand flex in 2005 Pride and Prejudice. Like that's good enough too.
Whoa, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a sort of good romance where you can kind of feel it coming. If you know, I can't say those phrases, can I? You can,
That's a different kind of romance, actually, I think.
when you can feel things building as opposed to being told to you quite literally.
Yeah.
So you guys don't live near each other then? You're in neighboring states in Idaho and Utah. You're not close anymore.
Well, Issa betrayed me. No. we
Oh,
we
okay.
like this we decided to start this podcast. We started to buy things, we started to get set up. We were maybe like 2 or 3 weeks in, and she came over to help me go shopping for our like official photo shoot, and she was like, "So, I have some news. I'm moving to Boise." So she moved like the same month that we decided to start this. So,
Yeah, we're like it's like a 5-hour drive, so I mean it's kind of a long drive, but we've already, I've driven down and we've recorded episodes in person still. So
yeah.
So you're
Funnily
like
enough, that's
virtual
about
best
how far
friends.
I am from Kev.
oh
No,
really?
no.
4 and a bit hours.
We've established that Americans have a very different viewpoint of travel. Like,
Yeah, we can travel the length of our country in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 3 hours from you, James, and maybe sort of 4 to 5 hours from Drew. But
Drew
that's
lives
a
by the
long
seaside.
travel. That's too long to do. I'll never go and see them. We'll never see in person again.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
travel to see him if he was 2 hours away.
No.
And these are my
Issa's-
friends, ladies. These are my friends.
You must not be listening to smutty enough audiobooks on your drives if you can't handle a 2-hour drive.
It's a good point. I have been
Ja-
told to stop listening to those. So
James
We
is
are listening to the wrong things in the car. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you'd want to drive.
Yeah, sometimes I just like put my kids in the car and we drive for 2-3 hours because I'm bored and want to get out of the house.
not with smutty content on there, no. Not
Well,
with the kids.
audio
it was
books.
at first, but they're to the age now that I'm like, maybe they'll start picking up on these words.
Mummy, what's
Was it called
So
Call Me When They Kiss because you'd call each other when they're about to kiss in the book?
Oh
You
yeah,
get so excited
Yeah.
that you'd call one of your friends and, okay, cool. And then you
Yeah.
talk for ages, and that was the whole point of we should turn this into... Okay, that's
And
cool.
I can't
That's cool.
tell how much you're joking. Like, did you start with literal smutty books, or are you just joking? You're like actual romance, but because there are two quite
Yeah.
different versions of those,
Aren't they called spicy books?
and especially the
Yeah.
fantasy stuff.
Spicy.
I'd say
Yeah.
the books we're reading are more like spicy. Technically, there is like a slight difference when you hear people use the word. I'd say we'd probably read more books that like are spicy versus like smut. Would you agree, Issa?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a spicy meatball.
Yeah.
I invited you guys on to have a wholesome chat about lovely romance rom-coms, and you guys have turned it round straight away.
Well, I think it's almost like kind of a defense thing because we get made fun of, and women typically just get made fun of often for what they're reading and watching. So if we just lead with it and joke about it, then nobody can make fun of us. But truly,
Taking away
like,
our ammo.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, we're not those kind of people.
But yeah, like Cindy and I, we prefer romance. We look for good love stories. At the end of the day, that's what really makes us happy, and we love to dive into. What is that?
this
A
sort
cowboy?
of action you're into? Wrangled and tangled?
Well, we did read one called The Scot Ties the Knot, which
Kev,
looks like similar, but replaced the cowboy with like a shirtless Scotsman.
this one's going too far. Morning Wood Tree.
Oh, yeah, there's some crazy ones.
1,300 5-star reviews, though.
I'd say though, like, there's kind of this generalization that a lot of people call things smut, and so now it's kind of like, a phrase that we reclaim, but in reality they're really not. I mean, there's a comparison a lot with like Game of Thrones, or even like Oppenheimer had a sex scene, and like just because there's a sex scene doesn't mean that Oppenheimer's smut. And I think that a lot of women's fiction, and especially like fantasy books, and movies too, but we do a little bit of both on the podcast. But yeah, they kind of get reduced to smut when, in a lot of times, it's like, a 1,000-page fantasy book with maybe 20 pages of spice.
But that's the salacious thing,
I
isn't
love
it?
that.
That's
Yeah.
the hook, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick message to thank you all for listening to our show, whether it's through Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. If you are enjoying, why not follow, click to subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. Also, a reminder to follow us on Instagram and TikTok for fun clips from the show. We love and appreciate your support, and thanks for sharing us with friends. This helps us to grow, improve, and continue creating. Now, back to the conversation.
Like you guys, I'm not sure, was it both of you, or is it, I think it was, might have been just Issa. Like, I think you watched all 12 versions
Oh, yeah.
of Wuthering Heights,
That was Issa.
Oh yes.
which is an insane thing to do because they can't be all any good.
Is
Like,
that in the same day?
Not
no.
on the same day.
No,
Okay,
But
it was fast.
yeah, for that one I did one a day. Yeah, it was a
Wow.
lot.
Can you break down the fingers in the mouth for us? Like, why is that a big
Stop being
deal?
obsessed, Drew.
I was
In
just
the
curious.
new Wuthering Heights?
Yeah. What is?
I
What
don't
is
know.
that?
We'd be the best.
Well, yeah. It's funny because I didn't really like that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually wait, I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I listened to your Wuthering Heights episode,
Ooh.
and one of you brought up Fishbowl. I can't remember which one of you brought it up.
Fishpole.
That movie, isn't that what it's called?
Oh,
Who's the
Drew, you
director?
brought Fishpole or Fish something.
No, fish
Her
tank.
name's like-
Fish tank.
Sorry. What's
Yeah,
the director's name again?
Oh my God! You're putting me in. Andrew Arnold.
Andrea Arnold. Did you know? Because you brought it up, but did you know she did direct a Wuthering Heights movie?
Yeah, I think I did mention that in the thing, but I think someone might have spoken over me when I was trying to say that part.
Because
But
you were
yeah,
talking about it, and I was like dying. I was like, she directed a Wuthering Heights.
yeah, yeah, she did. Yeah.
Anyway,
that one.
I don't even know where I was going with that, but no, yeah.
And you
the
rated that
fingers in
higher than the
mouth.
new one.
Yes,
We
I
weren't
did.
huge fans of
Yeah.
the new one. Because like you said, like when we do prefer like love stories. We don't mind like the spicier the smut when it like builds upon like a love story, but this Wuthering Heights did get quite a few mixed reactions, even like within
Yeah.
our circles. It seemed like some people really loved it and felt empowered, and they were calling it a love story, but we kind of walked away and didn't feel like it was a love story. So
Yeah, we've
My
still
thing,
not
too,
seen
was-
it.
oh yeah.
Oh, really?
It'd be
After
interesting to see,
watching-
but it's a bit weird, like a single bloke walking in to watch.
Yeah, we
Wuthering
get some
Heights.
funny looks. That's what we were kind of saying in the.
Well, after watching 11 other versions, I did gain such an appreciation for the story. So even though Emerald Fennell's version was very aesthetically cool and fun to watch, though just the way she changed the story so much, I just didn't like it as much after spending so much time on the story, if that makes sense. So
With the original, yeah.
It's
I love the
style-
commitment. You watch 12 versions of the same movie.
That's dedication, though.
Like
That's
some
awesome.
here in a row as well.
yes.
She just
And then
did it
I
again.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Because I actually had
yes.
fun. Like Wuthering Heights, even though it's a depressing story, I kind of had fun watching 12 different versions. So then I thought I'd do it with Romeo and Juliet, and that was miserable. Like
Ooh.
I don't know if you guys seen any Romeo and
Oh
Juliet?
yeah,
Yeah, I
the
don't know
Baz
if you'll
Luhrmann
agree with
as
this,
well.
but Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, I think,
Wow.
is one of the best
Yeah.
romance films of all time.
Yeah, I did like that one. I ranked that one higher for sure. But I just didn't like that story as much as
It's not the
Wuthering Heights.
happiest, is it?
Yeah, and it just after seeing it 10 different times, it just got more and more frustrating because it's a bunch of miscommunication.
Just
So
wanted to bite your
avoidable.
thumb at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what is this with biting thumbs, biting fingers? See, there's a link right there. Right there.
Blame Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's it.
That rascal.
That's what it is.
I
I
didn't
just
even
had a
know
really
that many
strange idea.
Romeo
You know,
and Juliet films out there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Every Shakespeare novel's got 1,000,001 adaptations of it.
Yeah.
Macbeth, Hamlet.
My favorite one was the 1968 one, which is I think most people agree that that's the best one.
is that the controversial one where the girl was 14?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
pretty young and there is it's not super
it's a bit of
explicit, but
spice. There's a little bit of there's a bit of chili,
Little
red hot chili
spice.
peppers going
One
in
on the
there.
spice scale.
yes,
Yeah,
I
you
give
got
it
different
a
spice,
one.
like a spice meter on your
There,
films.
there
Like,
is a spice meter a lot of people use.
oh, is there? Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
We're
Yeah.
learning, guys.
Yeah.
We're learning.
You got like one to habanero or like California Reaper just round the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I read up to like 3 max, but there are some people are like 5 spice symbols they put.
Whoa. Is that a book
Wow.
worth reading? If it's like,
That's
guys,
a
it's got 5
Vindaloo.
chilies, this is going to be a fun read.
It's not my
Yeah.
type of book, but a lot of people have fun.
Fair.
So what's your favorite type of films that you've seen, kind of, especially like in recent years? Have you seen anything that's kind of less moved away from the spicy stuff, like just normal film that you actually just like? It's in that sphere.
I'd
Specifically
say
romance?
Yeah.
in recent years that's an interesting question because, we've watched now at least one romance movie a week since December when we started this. And
Wow.
there's only 2 that we've given 5 stars, and one's from the 80s and one's from the 90s. It's Dirty Dancing and Before Sunrise.
Yeah.
And so it's funny because we've tried to like watch more recent things. We try to balance maybe like 2 older ones and 2 newer ones per month. But in recent years, it's been hard to find like a romance story that's really hit like some of the older ones, or there's some that are really good, but they don't have happy endings, which technically, like the romance genre, like in the book world, in order for them to call it a romance, it has to have a happily ever after. And so these stories would be more like there's a love story in it, but it's not like in the romance genre because they don't end happy. So, for example, like I did really enjoy La La Land, but it's not a happy ending. And so people might debate like if that's considered a romance or not.
Ooh.
Would
They've
you?
gone a
Oh,
bit more toe in the line, these new ones, haven't they? Because you
I-
had
Yeah.
the 50 Shades films, and then was it 365, the one on Netflix with the Spanish
Yeah.
guy with the great jaw? They were more like sort of pushing the envelope a bit, weren't they? So like they're
Yeah.
borderline like porn. But
Yeah, and that's the other. It's like, is it erotica? Is it romance? Is it like? I think recently everything's sort of blurred, and they've just kind of lumped it all together as romance when technically they are very different genres. I actually don't think we've never watched either of those, right? Have you?
50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
No,
No.
I mean, they're
haven't seen
terrible
it.
movies, probably very good books, but the
Yeah.
365 one is very much like it's very similar kind of movie, but like sort of toes the line between.
again, to get away from that side of things, more like just that happy ending thing. Like 80s and 90s were famous for doing movies with happy endings, weren't they? Especially like the
Yeah.
Hollywood ending. And it got so predictable that I think in this century, they've switched it up so that there are negative consequences or something bad that happens, that so you can't predict it. Like in the 80s and 90s, you know where every film's going to end. no matter
Yeah.
what the journey is, you always know it's going to be happy. So I like the fact they're switching it up, but yeah, like the classics, like you say, Dirty Dancing and stuff like that. That
Sleepless
was
in Seattle.
I was about to say
Yeah.
Sleepless in
brilliant.
Seattle. Yeah,
But
Absolutely.
then you had the modern ones, like what's the one with Robert Pattinson when at the very end of it pans out and he's in one of the two towers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's that
yeah.
called?
Oh, that's
I
Remember Me. Remember
Me
Me.
Before You or
yeah.
something?
No, Remember
I think
Me.
you remember me, yeah.
And it's like, oh wow, like so. Yeah, nowadays they do mix it up. So now when you do watch a romantic film, it's not
Romance with a
always you're
twist.
not guaranteed that happy.
But
My
wait,
Girl was the first one to do that, probably.
La La
Ooh.
Land, would you really say that's not a happy ending? I know they don't get together, but
Well,
they're happy for each other, sort of.
yeah. Kind of like a bitter happy. I think it depends. I was just talked to Issa about this a couple weeks ago on our podcast, but when I watched La La Land, my husband's from Mexico and we were in a long distance relationship and it was hard to like find the balance. He was like going to med school there and well, he's Mexican also. Some people are like, "Why do you go to med school in Mexico?" I'm like, "No, he was like born and raised living there, going to school there." And at the point of my life when I watched that for the first time, I was like, this is so sad. Like, I was so worried that that would be us because we were like pursuing these two like important paths, but it's like, can you get those paths to like join and meet, you know?
Line.
And so when I first watched it, I was like, wow, this is so miserable. But then it ended happy for me. And so now I watch it and I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like, they're happy for each other. But yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet that they, yeah, it's happy individually, but I think when people want to watch a romance, they still want to see like the couples live their happily ever after together. But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
There is
mixed.
two films that are basically the same film. You've probably seen them. One is they're not so much romance, they're more friendship, but it falls in the same sort of feeling when you. One is My Girl with
Oh yeah,
Macaulay
Macaulay
Culkin,
Culkin.
and then the other one is is it called Bridge to Therapy? Is
Bridge
that?
to Terabithia. Yeah,
They're films you watch them and you think you son of a bitch. Like at
yeah,
the end of it, you're like, why did you do that? They're so
Yeah.
cruel.
I know.
It's basically the same film when you think about it, but it's like I didn't see that coming.
So
The
good,
time
but so painful.
Time
Yeah.
Traveler's Wife.
Time Traveler's Wife.
Oh
That's heartbreaking because, like, sometimes does it still count as romance if? No, actually, I guess not because that's obviously not a happy ending. I was going to say if one of them dies because obviously that's not a happy ending.
yeah,
Yeah, so that doesn't count. Yeah, that's fine.
What about the bittersweet happy ending? That's still kind of happy. The audience is satisfied, even though it wasn't quite.
yeah.
No,
I mean, that's
fighting
why
for La
for
La
our
Land.
podcast we were like we say we review romance movies, but we also joke like, well, if there's kissing, we'll talk about it because sometimes to use the word romance like is it just narrows it too much. And like I we also joke about this. Like I call Star Wars a romance, and so like um
Ooh.
it's been easier for us to just say like, well, like if there's some sort of love story in it for our like for the sake of our podcast, we'll call it a romance.
Between a
But I
brother
get
and
that.
sister.
I get that. The Han Solo and Princess Leia. I get
Yeah,
that.
I don't
They
if you
love
can
each
see
other.
my shirt.
Sydney's
I've got
Kylo
my
Ren and Rey.
Oh, that's
I've
so
got the
cool.
Millennium Falcon in the shape of a heart on
The
my
heart. That is
so
genius.
right now.
That is the coolest thing.
Yeah, Star Wars is one of the most tragic love stories of all time, honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah, I
I
saw
mean,
your
he
feet
became
shirt
Darth
earlier.
Vader. Oh, yep, there it is.
Oh wow!
Kylo Ren t-shirt.
Are
I
you
love
excited
Kylo
for the
Ren.
new Star Wars film?
The Mandalorian one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the TV series. I might have
Doesn't
missed the
sound
last
like it.
season though. Well, there's no romance. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just been so long, like since I watched the show. I feel like they come out with everything like too late, and it's like you should have done this kind of years ago when Mandalorian
Yeah.
was peaking. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll watch it probably.
Yeah, my
Grogu
house
gets
is
on.
full on a Star Wars place at the moment. My little boy's just is in Star Wars phase, so everything is Star Wars. I've got it everywhere. I've got flipping these things all over the place and
Aw, that's cute.
stuff like that. So yeah, you've got all that to look forward to with the 3-year-olds. They'll get to Star Wars one day.
I've tried, but like I tried putting on the cartoon ones for them, and they're not interested yet. But one
But
day,
if you keep pushing it, eventually they'll like.
yeah.
You will have a lightsaber battle. Like,
So, are you guys more focused on the books than the movies? Because I know your content's more quite heavily on the book side of things, or
Oh,
apart from
well,
obviously you
that
watching the marathons.
that's what I was gonna say. Actually, like we haven't been reading as much lately since starting the podcast because we do a movie every week. We only do one book episode a month. Um, so we've been watching a lot of romance movies, but also just throughout this whole journey of the podcast and watching all the Wuthering Heights and all the Romeo and Juliet, it has gotten me more interested in just watching other movies in general, not just romance. Um, like, I really want to go back and watch older, I guess specifically rom-coms. Like, the first rom-com ever came out in like the 1920s, so I think that would be a fun one to do on the podcast and talk about. So, but yeah, we're definitely more movies and
What would
TV
that be?
shows.
What's the first one? Is that like Charlie Chaplin or something?
I can't remember what it was
Laurel
So
and
like
called.
the
Hardy.
apartment or or Philadelphia
Yeah, The
Story. Those
Apartment.
were some of the
Oh,
like
okay,
really
yeah.
early ones.
Yeah.
Well, I
Moulin
feel
Rouge.
like the 80s had a huge amount of rom-coms. That was like a big time for all those sort of romance, like 80s and 90s. Like even things like you say, like not pure romance films, like Jerry Maguire, something like that.
Great
Yeah.
film.
Mhm.
That is definitely a romance, sort of, but it's a journey. You know, it's still got the kiss and the love and all that sort of stuff, but it's not.
Yeah.
Do you know what's fascinating, actually? Because we were saying the other day, Kev and I were talking about when you look back at the older films, like even action films, the protagonist would kiss. You'd have the love interest, right? And there'd always be the kiss scene. And we were saying recently, it doesn't go to the kiss scene, and women aren't seen as objects, which I think is really really good and really important. Because there was one particular, I think, was it Twisters 2 we were talking about, Kev, with the love.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
it's
just
holding
Twisters.
hands or something, and it's the idea that it's not the cliche man being quite demanding of the girl and pulling them in for the kiss, and it's more kind of subtle and potentially more realistic, but it's not exactly. It wouldn't be like call me they're holding hands, like yours is call me they're kissing.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
So-
I feel like we've had conversations like that. That's like, oh, they held hands. Yeah.
But doesn't that mean more? That's what I mean. That's what's so beautiful
Yeah.
about it. It's
That's that
little
Darcy moment.
subtleties.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Darcy moment. Because in Twisters, I mean, it doesn't sound like a particularly romantic movie, a film about Twisters, but it's a direct copy of the original. And in the original, it's like manly man saves the woman, gives her a big kiss. Whereas in the new
Yeah.
one, it's manly man, Glenn Powell, and it's small, petite woman, but she's the strong one. She's the intelligent one. She's the one that he wants to be, that he looks up to her, and he does everything he can to be with her. And nothing happens except she gives him permission to be around her, type thing, and he's happy with that. Pretty much.
They
isn't
hold
it?
Now we need to
Nothing
watch
happens.
Twisters too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good, but it you think it's an action film, but it is not. It is a romance film, 100%, just with
Yeah.
bad weather.
Yeah. There's definitely a balance because, I mean, not to bring it back to Star Wars, but like Princess Leia, I feel like did go beyond just like the female character that's there only to serve as a love interest. Like she does like play a big role in moving the plot forward.
And
But
she's
that was
badass.
kind of, I'd say, revolutionary for that time because even like the Indiana Jones movies that came out, similar time periods with Harrison Ford, I'd say every single one of those women in all three of the originals were just sort of like objects
Damsels
to
in
be,
distress.
yeah, they were like
Same with
Indy's
the
love
Bond
interest.
girls, wasn't it? Back in the
Yeah, I was
day.
about
Yeah.
to say same with Bond girls. It's yeah.
And then
However-
Mayday came along kicking people's asses.
However, actually, that's quite a good link into what I was going to say, because I don't know if you ladies have seen Casino Royale.
Oh yes.
You have.
I love that film. If it didn't have a sad ending, spoiler alert, that would be romance, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
He quits his job for love and leaves everything for love, yeah, and
Yeah.
then has a situation with a chair.
Well, yeah, but that's got. Well, actually, he
Yeah,
sits
if
on
it's
the
a
chair
happy
and goes
ending.
through that pain for love. Actually, technically,
Yeah.
because he
Yeah,
tries
that
not
was
to run
not
her
a happy
over in
ending.
his very nice car. He sees her on the road and does a crazy skid to miss her. So there's a lot of sacrifices.
Most people would skid to miss someone hitting someone with their car injury.
Well, yeah, yeah, but I'm
Like
saying he's
generally
on his way to
speaking.
save her. He doesn't realize that she's been tied to the road that he's on. It's yeah. It was very quick of their part, by the way, to just tie her up and put her on the road. But
I'd
but you
say
know,
like there's a lot more like boy movies that like the plot is moved forward by a romance or love story than probably most boys would want to admit. And so yeah, like if the main character is motivated by love and that kind of moves the plot forward, I'd say it's kind of a romance.
Yeah, a lot of
yeah,
movies do. And you say you go
Yeah.
back and watch the old stuff. Do you watch the old Audrey Hepburn stuff from where it was like super like
Oh yeah.
I watched one the other day and she was just like in the kitchen with a maid thing and the guy was like, "This is your," I was like, "Whoa." And then you've got your Casablancas. But one thing I think they should bring back occasionally is, can you remember when Disney still do it, but they did it more in the 2D animation time? Is when that kiss happens, the crescendo of the orchestra just goes ridiculously over the top, and it's like da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's the
They just
moment.
sort of don't really do that anymore, do they? It was very over the top, and that was the sort of build up to the entire film. That one bit where they turn,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, Little Mermaid, prime example.
Yeah. I mean, some people are like sort of blaming Disney's. They'll say that Disney's sort of like in a flop era, and some people will say that it's because they've wanted to like shift away from these love stories. Like for example, like Frozen was kind of a shift in that where there was, I mean, Anna still kind of has a love story, but it was more a story about
The
like
man was a dick
sisterhood
in
and
that film.
yeah. And then like Coco and Encanto and like a lot of movies that came after didn't, they were just more about like families and challenges, things like that. And so a lot of people sort of do bring that, I don't
Yeah,
know,
I'm trying to
they
think of
kind
the
of
last Disney film that had that love kind of
yeah,
thing. Because even Woody and Jesse, it's more of a friendship, isn't it? And
yeah.
like, I'm trying to, because back then it was
Well,
like
Woody
Little
has Bo
Mermaid,
Peep.
Cinderella. Huh?
Woody has Bo Peep. Jesse
yeah,
is with Buzz.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
You
Bo
know,
Peep.
when
Yeah,
they
but
don't
even
cheat on
that's
each other,
kind of like a bit of a friend zone situation,
unless
isn't
Yeah,
they're
it?
like
yeah.
But
swingers, they're just sharing.
it's like back in the day, it was like Cinderella, Snow White,
Yeah.
you know, Aladdin, even everything. You know, I mean, the ultimate one
Lady and
is
the Tramp.
Ariel and the Little Mermaid. The whole point was the kiss of the film, but they
Yeah.
just completely hide that off now. They don't do it at all now, do they?
Lady and the
Yeah.
Tramp,
Shrek's
though.
out this year. That's a romance, isn't it?
Shrek, yeah, good point.
Oh
Shrek was
yes.
You got the
We love
spaghetti, the
Shrek.
famous, the spaghetti
Yeah.
with Lady and the
Lady
Tramp.
and the Tramp. Yeah,
Yeah.
It
Spaghetti
is
dance.
interesting.
Call me
It's
when they finish
interesting
their
that
spaghetti. Sorry.
well, it's interesting that Disney has moved away from love stories, and because I feel like, I mean, I don't have kids. Maybe Sydney, you have thoughts on this, but I mean, it makes sense to like, oh, light bulb. Maybe kids don't need every movie they watch to be a romance. But it's funny that it makes sense, and that kind of seems like a good idea. But like you were saying, everyone thinks they're in their flop era, so I don't know how to
Yeah.
balance.
well, what's
You
funny
know,
with Disney now, everything's about emotion. You've got Inside Out, this is literally about emotions. You had Up, that was
That's
about a
brilliant.
man losing his wife. You've got Luca, which was about someone
Yeah.
finding themselves. And then you've got all these very similar films that are all about now more of an emotional kind of thing, more right, like growth. So maybe they've kind of worked out that maybe that's what kids need to
Yeah.
be
yeah.
seeing. I don't know.
Well,
But the thing
and
is, with,
Soul as well. That's a phenomenal film.
Soul's incredible.
but with Disney, like the themes that they have when we were growing up. Again, we're a little bit older than you guys, so you might have a different opinion generationally. But like some of the Disney stuff, it's quite horrible if you think about it. It's quite. No one's asking for consent in Sleeping Beauty. You know,
yeah.
there's lots of
Snow White.
yeah, and I understand people could take it over the top and stuff, but it's true. Like it's implementing negative, especially to boys, that they can get away with doing certain things. So I think it's
To be fair to him, though, if he hadn't have kissed her, she'd still be
She'd be
asleep.
dead.
That's not the point, though.
That was
Kids are not
almost
doing that
CPR what he
bit.
did.
They're just saying I'm allowed to do that. But like, going back to like 80s films, the strange thing is that we were brought up in the 80s, so I can watch a film in the 80s and it's dodgy, but you, not that you let it slide, but you can understand the time period and accept what you're watching and move on. Whereas it's not appropriate if that came out today for the sort of story and the narrative. But like, because you mentioned things like Indiana Jones, like made me think of. You remember? Did you guys see like *Romancing the Stone*?
Yeah, man.
Like *Jewel
I
of the
just
Nile*?
brought that up to Issa a couple weeks ago, like maybe it was a month ago. We watched Sandakan, which was like on Netflix. It's like a pirate adventure show that's new. And when I
Okay.
was looking up other like adventure romance, Romancing the Stone came up, but we haven't seen it. But then I started to
Oh,
read about it, and then I was like, is this? So you
oh,
tell
it's
us about it.
brilliant.
Like, it's good to okay.
Oh, honestly, it's fantastic, but it's slightly it's aggressive in the sense that it is the man that's saving the day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not poor defenseless woman needs saving. The woman who's Kathleen Turner,
Yeah.
she's aggressive. She's a fighter. She would kick his ass, but she still does need saving because it's the 80s. But she's a tough cookie on her own, you know. But it's quite forceful, you know. It's like
Yeah.
you need help. I'm going to kiss you, and then let's go. And she doesn't want any of it. So there's bad themes in a way, but it is that sort of negative narrative that if it came out today would not wash with the public. But if you're seeing it from the 80s viewpoint, it's still a very good fun, and it's not dark or intense. It's just a fun film, but it just has some bad themes, unfortunately. But can't get away
Yeah.
from that in the 80s, unfortunately.
Same with Crocodile Dundee, isn't it? Similar elements.
Mick
Not,
Dundee.
not really, but no, I was
Well,
going
But
to
yeah,
we
but not quite as intense. Not quite as intense.
we
yeah,
do like to discuss things like that though. Because yeah, we do review, well, even new stuff still has blurry lines around like consent and healthy relationship and things like that. And that's personally like one of my favorite parts of our discussions is when we're watching stuff like this and it kind of goes beyond just like, I mean, we're not like film experts and like critics in the way of,
Not like you guys.
lighting and yeah.
No, we're not. We're
Oh,
clueless.
that's
But
very kind.
but we like to analyze the stories and we've said lots of times like there's movies we've loved that have had sort of weird things, and it's like it's not to say stop watching this, never watch this again, but to like watch it and use some like literacy skills and analytical skills to say, what's healthy, what's not, and talk about it. Like there were things growing up that with certain themes, like I just wouldn't be allowed to watch. And like even as an older teenager, which now in hindsight, I'm like, well, my mom could have just like watched it with me and then had a discussion afterwards of like, this isn't healthy, this is healthy, or whatever it is. And so, yeah, I do think that that's like an important part of discussing all media, like I said, even new ones. And that is
yeah.
something that we do quite a bit on our podcast is like, yeah,
So,
like,
so
is
with
this
the
a healthy
modern,
relationship?
yeah, with the modern films you've watched that have those awful themes in, is it a film that is in today's world that is highlighting the negative themes so you can discuss it, or have you do you think you've watched something that has been badly done that you have to discuss it? Do you know
I
what I mean? Like the themes of
Yeah.
from consent to even worse scenarios. Is it the filmmaker has done a bad job, and we need to highlight this? Like the topics around Euphoria at the moment, where it's seen that the director and writer is just a creep
A pervert.
putting women
Yeah,
in
yeah.
no
I've
clothing,
been seeing that.
or is it a film that is intelligently done that highlights a horrible situation for us to discuss? What have you seen more of recently?
Um the first example that comes to my mind, maybe you think of something different, Issa, but I in Bridgerton, which was obviously is very popular, in season 1, there's a scene where Daphne, like, basically she's been wanting to have a baby and he doesn't want to have a baby because he has these like issues with his father, and she basically like forces him into a situation to try to get pregnant, and they're married in this episode. And it was like in the book, and so some people are like, well, the TV creators, like, they're just following the book. But it wasn't, I don't think they did it with the intent of like nobody said anything about it in the show afterwards to highlight like that was really wrong of her. And so I think it's a mix. I think some, yeah, there are situations purposely there that then are like shown that there are like consequences or discussions to like have people see the negative and then like reflect on it. But there's still like, I think that's an example of some things just still being like poorly handled, that they put it in there and the characters like move past it. And I mean, they're married and they live happily ever after, and we kind of just moved on from it. But do you think of one, Issa?
I've never seen Bridgerton. Have you, Kevin, Drew?
No, but what you were saying just there, Sydney, was thinking that would made a really interesting scene where the guy talks to one of his friends about what happened and how
Yeah.
he doesn't know how to. Because it's really interesting that you say when it's on the flip side of the coin, it's interesting how again it's kind of brushed over like, oh well, you know, it's just, you know, bedroom.
But again,
Yeah.
this is based in what, the 1800s, so
Yeah.
it's not really
Yeah.
a thing that would have.
I think it was filmed down the road from me.
Oh, really?
Sorry, so you're
That particular scene.
you were going to say, Lisa?
Yeah.
Oh no, I think that's a perfect example, Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that purposely do like, and that's the other, and I'm not going to bring it fully back to like smut or anything like that. But a lot of these shows, especially new ones, they do want to like put a different lens on things. And like, I work in public health in higher education, and so we do a lot of stuff about like healthy relationships and consent and violence prevention. And it's really cool to see shows. Like some of them have these scenes so that they can show something called like sexual scripts, because people learn from media, like whether intentional or not, they learn from media how to behave in relationships. And so they kind of show these quote, sexual scripts to show like how you can ask for consent, how you can practice boundaries and navigate relationships in healthier ways. And there are shows like Heated Rivalry is like a hockey romance show, which got a lot of pushback from some people saying like, oh, it's just smut, but that it's very intentional about asking for consent and things like that. And so while some shows like Euphoria, that was a really good example, like he just seems like a little bit weird himself, the director. There are shows that are being very intentional and kind of trying to like shape this new generation and how they behave in relationships.
Can I highlight something that's quite dark and quite topical at the moment? I'm sure you may have heard of this. There's that horrendous website that 4.2 million men have gone onto. That is the idea of kind of highlighting the best ways to take advantage of your partner or loved one. And it's
What the hell are you on about?
Frightening.
I just saw that. I just saw that literally this morning.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So
Yeah.
Kev, to put it in
It's a
context,
certain search
to linger
term.
too long on it, this is horrendous. There is a website where men are visiting it, and it's teaching them how to do horrendous things to women, to drug them when they're unconscious, all the things you can get away with that they're not privy to. But men are sharing the videos they've made of their own partners, like spiked.
Sounds like
Yeah.
revenge porn and stuff.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is, but with a darker twist.
Well, it's
And it's-
like the adolescence for like adults, really, isn't it?
Yeah, did that make it to you, Guy, as adolescents? Did that make it over there?
I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, I mean, I saw it trending. Did you watch it, Issa?
No, but wasn't
It's
that
very-
kid in Wuthering Heights?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
little
it.
boy.
Full circle.
Yeah, it's a tough watch because
Wuthering His Heights was his second role ever in
Yeah.
life.
Oh wow.
Really? Wow.
it's a tough watch because you know it happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, they haven't
And
seen it,
it's like-
so that
Well, it's about the manosphere, guys. It's about the
Yeah.
manosphere.
we
You may have
consume
watched. I
so
don't know.
much content on the internet that there's some things that we've never seen, but I'm like, well, but basically basically we've seen
Did the
it.
Louis Theroux documentary make it to you on Netflix?
That
Which
was
one?
so.
The Louis Theroux one about the Manosphere.
I don't think so.
It's it's not
I'll look
good.
that one up.
Yeah, it's probably not what. It's probably not something you want to watch, but it's very current with modern day influencers. I'll say creators and people that have a very low view on the other sex, should we say?
Yeah.
What I would say though, what is really important about these kind of conversations though, is it's about saying that there are a lot of horrendous men out there that are doing unprecedented things, but there's also good men out there that are kind of just hiding in the shadows because they don't want to be associated with how it kind of tarnishes all men. But men need to step up and call other men out on the horrendous things they're doing, because it's like, if you knew one of those 4.2 million guys and they were kind of jokingly talking to you about that at a bar, I'd call them out and be like, that is absolutely disgusting. Like, you really need to rethink your life.
Sounds like I'd call the police. That sounds like a little bit
Yeah,
more
yeah.
extreme.
Yeah, it's like, but what I'm saying is, we need to call men out on certain horrendous things that they've done.
And have them watch more romance movies with you. Like,
Well, yeah, just to swing that round, just to swing it around before we go too much off a cliff. Top three rom-coms from yourself and Issa.
Specifically rom-com.
Yeah,
Not just like
they got to be
romance.
funny.
Okay.
Doesn't
Top
have to be top
three.
three. It can be just like maybe one or two.
And by the way,
Something that
oh god, sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No, go for it.
Well, one of the movies that gets brought up pretty much in every single episode is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That's kind of like our baseline for a rom-com. We kind of compare every other rom-com to it. And I think it's because it does have a crazy kind of outlandish plot, but it still has a lot of heart and sincerity to it. And I think that that's when a rom-com hits the sweet spot, when it can be funny and goofy and kind of ridiculous, but still make you feel. So that one's definitely one of mine. 10 Things I Hate About You is probably in my top 3.
You like films with the
And-
number 10 in it.
With numbers in it.
literally
we
every
always mix up the titles too.
every time we're
500
trying to say
days.
one, we say the other.
Next one will be 13
Days of
dresses or
Summer?
something.
I was going to say, does that count?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Which
that's
one?
a good
All
one.
numbers.
That one's kind of sad. That one's a bittersweet
Yeah,
one, but
it is.
Which
I
one's
do
that,
like
Drew?
that movie.
500 Days of Summer.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
We should do an episode on that one, Sydney.
I've never seen that one actually.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Oh,
should do
wow.
it.
I know what my number one is, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I've brought it up many times. Is Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay,
Oh,
Great
yes.
shout. Great shout.
I almost just
Such
brought
a good
this up
film.
because I put, when we first started the podcast in our intro episode, we were talking about top 3. I put Crazy Stupid Love in my top 3, and that's one that we rewatched, I think for Valentine's Day. But rewatching it now, I was like, this got a little bit weirder stuff than I remember. Like the teenage girl is like trying to give nude pictures to a grown
Oh,
man,
yeah.
and then instead gives them to like the 13-year-old little boy. And
A bit
so
creepy.
yeah, that was one that I was like, like, it's still so funny, and I still loved it. I still it's still one of my favorite ones. But that is one that, looking through a different lens, we're like scratching our head a little bit at some,
I forgot about
some
the
parts.
Polaroids. Yeah.
Research
Well,
and
have
development.
you two seen a really old comedy set called Three Men and a Baby and Three Men and a Little Lady?
I haven't, but I've heard
With
of it.
Steve Guttenberg, who plays Magnum PI? What's his name?
Oh, yeah, the guy with the moustache from
Oh,
Friends.
I can picture him in my mind.
Oh
Tom Selleck.
yeah,
Tom
Tom
Selleck,
Selleck.
yeah.
So it's Steve Guttenberg from obviously Police Academy, 'cause he never did anything else. Tom Selleck and Ted Danson, and Ted Danson's amazing.
From
And it's
Cheers.
Three Men and a Baby to start with, and one of them's like in a relationship with the woman, and then it's Three Men and a Little Lady when she's like 4, and like the mum's getting married. It's so good.
Oh, that
I'll have to
sounds
watch
cute.
that one. I do have a question for you, actually, because I'm I'm like, I don't know. We've made a couple jokes on our podcast about British people because of a specific movie, and we've at the end of this movie we were like, maybe
The
it's
Love Actually.
No, he's going to say Four Funerals and a Friend.
No, but it's the
same writer.
Yeah,
It's
as Love
Notting
Actually.
Hill. Do you like Notting Hill?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
No.
Amazing
I
film.
don't
Everybody
like
said no.
Notting Hill.
It's
That was
okay.
gonna be-
For me, it's not my type of film.
That was when we finished that we were like, is this just a British thing? Like, what are we not
It's
like?
like Love Actually is just like
Just
a
a
horror
Hugh
movie,
Grant
really.
thing. Hugh Grant's fantastic. Floppy hair.
Wait,
Grant's
are you
amazing,
lady
yeah,
saying
but-
you weren't a fan? You weren't a fan of Notting Hill?
No, not really.
The problem is with
wanted
Notting Hill
to.
that people are overly British.
Do you think
Like,
it was overly hyped, though? I think that's the problem with Notting Hill.
Yeah,
I think it's
I
overly
think
hyped.
that was our problem. We went in with very high expectations. Even
Yeah.
one of our favorite romance authors, she said it was like her favorite rom-com of all time. So we had it on this pedestal. And also, we love Julia Garner.
Julia Roberts.
Or sorry, Julia Roberts. I always do that.
Sorry.
But then we didn't feel like she was in it enough.
That's
Yeah, it was like Hugh Grant was like the lead of
Main
this
Not a
rom
fan.
com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about her. It's about
these
him.
two love it, not me.
Yeah.
it's
We
about
wanted
him
Julia
trying
Roberts.
to find love, and then this movie star arrives, and then
Yeah.
he kind of falls head over
But
heels.
if you want to go premium British rom-com, by the way, the
Bridget
thing I was going to
Jones's
say
Diary.
about
Bad Boy.
even hold on, even the thing of while you said that you guys liked Dirty Dancing, you know how
Oh, yeah.
that's still a dodgy film as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
How she was underage and stuff.
She was young.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But British comedy and rom-com top notch would be like Bridget Jones' Diary.
Yeah,
And
100%.
have you watched that? We haven't watched that one, right, Issa?
I haven't seen
No, we
What?
wanted to
None of
though.
them?
No, but we had just read that a lot of we did like a book episode on like historical Regency type romances, like they'd call them like the bodice rippers, and that a lot of them were kind of that genre. And Bridget Jones' Diary is based on a book, and that was like the first book that really shifted like what the popular romance book people, I don't know, the sentence not coming out of my mouth very well, but like that's people stopped reading those like historical Regency or bodice ripping romances and started reading more of these contemporary romances because of
That was
Bridget
a
Jones'
shift.
Diaries. So it is one that I want to watch, but I
Well, have you
have some
you
beef
seen
with
Love
Hugh
Actually?
Grant. I have seen Love Actually. You haven't, right,
Oh.
Issa?
That's a bunch of horrible people.
I
in it.
know.
Yeah, it's a terrible film.
I was like, people like to watch this at Christmas time?
They're so mean, aren't they?
It's horrible. It's misogynistic in places. It's
Yeah.
it's
really
not a good
not
film.
aged well.
No.
It's like someone nicking his wife, trying to steal
everyone's
his mate's
cheating on
wife.
everyone.
Someone cheating on his wife. You got
Yeah.
Liam Neeson there for no reason.
Well, that's the thing is like the point you guys made is that like especially when you said about Crazy Stupid Love is that things. I think romance is one of those specific genres that doesn't date very well unless it is a historical one. Like if it's a contemporary one of the 90s, contemporary one of the noughties, it's already outdated 10 years later because of the rules of engagement have changed in society, you know? Like I watched a film on Netflix about 3 weeks ago, and I remember loving it growing up as maybe not as a kid, but like a teenager. I remember seeing it a few times, and I loved it. Like, and it's got Mel Gibson in it, which is already a bit of a red flag. But
What women want.
What Women Want. Have
Yeah.
you seen that?
I like that. I did like it though, but yes.
But when did you last watch it? Is it recent?
No, maybe like 10 years ago.
Watch it again. It is shocking. I was like, oh my, what the hell? And it is deliberately a misogynistic man, as you know.
Yeah.
He is horrible to women. He's the top of the food chain in his business, and he's just sleeping with loads of women. And then
Yeah.
he realizes that he gets knocked on the head. He can read women's thoughts.
Can hear
so he ends
thoughts,
up bettering himself. And by the end, he then gets the
Saves.
girl, sort of. But
He also
it's-
saves that girl that's suicidal, which I think is really
yeah,
powerful.
he does become a nice person in the end, but it's a long journey, and it's not he's not doing it through the good of his own heart. It just ends
So
up
the opposite of
being
that, Shallow Hal.
the good of his own heart. Yeah, Shallow
I've seen
Hal,
Shallow
ridiculous.
Hal. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
some bad ones.
is that
Have
one
you seen
It's
have
that?
quite
Ryan
funny though, isn't it?
Reynolds?
Though when you don't realise that she sits on that table and it just all goes flying everywhere, and you're like, "What's going on?"
It has Jack Black, Sydney,
Oh yeah, and like Gwyneth
and
Paltrow.
Gwyneth
Gwyneth
Paltrow. Yeah,
Paltrow,
Yeah,
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 Yeah.
with the candle.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
There's, and we've talked about this too. Is like there's a lot of shift to those older rom-coms, like we've just talked about. Even What Women Want and Notting Hill and Shallow Hal. Like the men were the leads of these stories, and that's kind of shifted too. Like I'd say the 2000s, the yeah, like the early 2000 rom-coms is when that's shifted more into like the females are leading this story.
Well, I
So
think Sex and the City helped that
yeah,
because it was like the first sort of. They were all looking for a romance, in that weren't they? But it was like it was all female lead. I think they've got a new thing that's just come out saying, but that was the first, not the first that I saw anyway, where it was like an all women cast, and then like the men were like the
yeah,
subcategory sort of thing, or the bit parts. But yeah, it's definitely shifted,
did you hear about
which is good.
that film Breakdown where they talked about even if two women were in a scene, they'd talk about one of the
oh
men
yeah.
or it'd be
Oh,
about a man's
What's
problem or whatever. And I can't remember. There's
the
a special
Bechdel?
name
Do you know
for it.
what it's called, Issa?
the Bechtel test.
Yeah,
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 but what's amazing now when I watch TV series, you've got two women in a scene and they're talking about either a situation going on with them or something they're trying to do something. So it's more about their characters
yeah.
than just always being about the man, even in a scene with two women. It's like
Well,
it's
I tell you
great.
who's kicking ass at the moment, Charlize Theron, because she's on a new one with Taron Egerton,
Yeah,
and
Apex.
she's like this badass. I started watching it last night, but I turned it off in the end. It wasn't. It was bad. I was just tired. But she's like just kicking ass. She's like the ultimate like ass kicker, and she's Charlize Theron.
She's
Yeah,
great.
she is she the one in Thor?
No.
No,
No,
she's
that's Kate
in a
Blanchett.
film where she
Oh,
plays
Kate Blanchett.
like
Yeah,
an assassin. She always plays like someone like really cool.
is she in Snow White and the Huntsman, or is that
Yes. Spot on.
yes?
Maybe
Okay.
And that,
yes.
maybe that's where you get confused because Chris Hemsworth is in those as well, and that is
Yeah, I'm
Thor.
like, wait a second.
That's
I'm
the
looking
link.
at her.
Chris Hemsworth's like a bit part of that. Yeah,
But
Oh
I
yeah,
think
she's been in a lot of action, a
she's in a
lot of
lot of
action
Dior
stuff.
adverts as well. Walking out of the golden pool.
I mean, Charlize Theron's done loads of amazing films, though.
Devil's Advocate.
Oh
Great
yeah,
movie.
yeah. So okay, this is another like British question. So when you think of like classic rom coms, what are like the first ones that come to your mind? I'm just wondering if they're the same like overlap here, or if you just have like your completely separate
be mainly
movies.
American ones, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, for me it's American
Harry
ones. Three
met
men, a little
Sally.
lady. Three men,
Oh
a
yeah,
baby. Look who's talking.
Go on, Drew.
Look who's talking now. Look who's talking too.
James is talking now. No,
Yeah.
when Harry met Sally, is that?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. We just watched that one for the first time.
Well, it's funny because Kevin said, I think he made a good point about how romance movies can very quickly feel dated because the rules of engagement change. And I do think When Harry Met Sally is obviously it's a classic, and I think that one it still feels universal and relatable. But also, along with that, we just recently were talking about. We read an article about doom roms and
Whoa.
how uh, because everyone is so disillusioned with dating and they've been burned too many times by dating apps, it seems like instead of getting, the stereotypical rom-coms, now people are transitioning to making doom roms. So like the drama would be a good example of a
Ooh.
doom rom. Um,
Brilliant.
so yeah, Sydney and I are still loyal to rom-coms, but
Are you
I've
going to
always
do a
loved
little
a
zoom
rom com.
rom on the side, or
yeah, yeah, we are gonna have to branch out into some doom roms, I guess.
There's a time
What's
and
the
a
I
one
do
called
like the
place.
drama,
13 Dresses or
actually.
something? Is it 12 Dresses or 13 Dresses?
27
Dresses?
dresses.
27 Dress. Yeah, I haven't watched it for years, but I remember watching it and thinking, like, it's a really good movie.
That was
But
a
I haven't
cute
watched
one.
it for a long time,
Yeah.
but that was a good movie.
I was
That's
trying
kind
to.
of the. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
I was just saying, like that's more of the like the era of romance movies that feel very nostalgic to me. Is like the early. I mean, I've watched a lot of 80s and 90s ones, but something about the early 2000 ones, like 27 Dresses being one of them, feels like
Ghost.
oh, like that's my childhood.
Ghost.
Is that what you said?
Oh yeah,
Ghost. Forget about that.
Yeah,
We love Patrick Swayze.
Demi Moore and
What a film.
Swayze, yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly it hasn't aged well with the CGI of the ghosts. Ironically,
Yeah, but who
being
cares?
ghosts.
Such a good story.
The story, and it's so beautiful, and you get caught up in their world and how you want it all to be okay. And
Trying to think of a film that was the other way around, because it's mainly where men are horrible or taken advantage or not as careful.
Yeah.
And trying to think if there's one the other way around that was
You're trying to think of one where a woman was horrible?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let me
it's
think.
It's hard.
It's not a long list, but While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that?
Which we just saw like has a very similar plot to one called that just came out called You, Me, and Tuscany, where she like is pretending to be engaged with the guy, but while she's pretending that, she actually falls in love with his brother. It's got a kind of similar. I mean, they're very different, but
Well, that Tuscan
similar
one,
in
I
that
saw
way
the
of-
trailer. That did
Yeah.
look pretty bad. But
Another one that's borderline. What about A Knight's Tale?
hold on, James. Slow down.
Oh.
But that like no one's getting hurt. She's just infiltrating a house, isn't she? That's no one's getting hurt. She's just falling in love with someone
no,
else.
yeah.
Whereas while we're sleeping, she's sitting over a comatose
Yeah.
person whilst cheesing onto her brother.
The
That's a
brother,
bit-
yeah.
whoa,
That's true.
I mean, A Knight's Tale, he's really trying to impress, and he does that little dance.
What?
Yeah, I love A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale
Yeah, that's when
with
we
Heath
just
Ledger, the great Heath Ledger.
What about that really weird film 40 Days and 40 Nights with Josh Hartnett, where he's trying to be celibate or something?
I'm gonna look it
That's a
up.
weird ass concept for a
I think
rom-com.
we're bouncing all over the place now. 4 Days and 4 Nights. That's a vampire film.
Oh, so that's not different.
No, it does say comedy
Good 40
romance.
days.
I
30
see
Days
what
of
you're
Night.
talking about.
Oh, 30 Days of Night is a vampire movie.
No, I know that is a vampire movie. The thing I said previously was 40 Days and 40 Nights.
Wrong
Ironically,
amount
Josh
of days.
Hartnett is in both. So
Annoyingly, I watched the sequel to 30 Day Nights the other day, and it's bloody awful. It's so bad.
What about she's
By the
not
way,
into? She's
Can
not
we
into.
rewind like 30 minutes? Because Issa was telling us our top 3 and she got to top 2.
Oh, yeah, good
and
point,
then
yeah.
moved
Let's go back.
100
Oh, no,
miles an
it's
hour.
okay.
This is every podcast with me and Issa. Like we get
No,
it.
this is one thing you'll realise about us. We go off on a tangent all the time. We'll start
We-
talking about something,
we-
and then about an
James,
hour
we-
of going on something else, and then we get back.
James, you just named 30 films in the last 5 minutes.
No, I
Oh, good.
was having a hard time coming up with a third one. Sydney, what are your top 2 or 3?
Oh, so James saved you.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what I mentioned, like other than Crazy
know
Stupid Love before.
You did say Crazy Stupid Love.
But I think before we did just romance, like this isn't a rom-com, but I'm gonna say it anyways because it just always comes to my mind. I love Ever After with Drew Barrymore. That's one of my favorite like romances. Because
Oh, the Cinderella
know,
story one.
yeah, it's Cinderella, but she's like the prince comes to try to save her at the end, but she's already broken out herself. So
What's
What?
the Drew Barrymore film where she's a reporter and goes back to college and then falls in love
She goes
with...
back to high school. Never been kissed. That one is one
Ah,
that
that's
did
it, yeah.
not age well because, yeah, she's like her high school teacher is like getting feelings for her, and
Good at the time, weird
Yeah.
now.
yeah,
Is that She's All
she's
That?
all that. Yeah,
Who remembers
that
that
was
one?
a good one.
Because he's not very nice in that, is he?
No,
At the time, he thinks she's the kind of underdog sort of thing.
she's a
and then-
nerd. Yeah,
The girl who takes her glasses off and transforms
Yeah.
Yeah,
into
that
Superman.
famous thing. Oh
Like
wow! look-
I'm
Superman.
hot. Yeah. No,
most
I agree
ridiculous
though.
storyline ever.
10 Things I Hate About You is one of my favorites too. And
I think that's aged well. I saw that recently as well, and it
yeah,
was still like gave you all the feels, and it was hilarious at the same time.
the ones
And
that
we were
age
just
well.
saying too.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Kat Benson, Julia Stiles in that movie. She was so ahead of her time. Like
Oh,
That's what I was gonna
badass.
say.
she's an icon. Yeah.
The ones that age well are the ones that were ahead of its time when it came out. Like that movie could have came out today, really, you know. Um, so yeah, there's.
What about? Sorry, I was going to say Enchanted. Have you seen that?
I actually really do. I do love Enchanted.
I've
Yeah,
got I've got a real deep spot in my heart for that one.
that's
It's
one
very,
like
very
still
funny.
like my husband will actually rewatch it. I'm like, you want to watch Enchanted?
Yeah,
And like we
yeah,
actually watch it like I mean not like every month or anything, but
yeah.
it's a cute
My
one.
wife and
I
I are
like it.
exactly the same. We're like, let's put on that. It's just such
Yeah.
a fun kind of
And I love
very, very
Patrick Dempsey. Oh, actually, maybe I don't know if
awesome.
it's my top three, but I'll do it because I can't think of a third one. But there's one with Patrick Dempsey called Maid of Honor, and that one is cute.
No
Like,
ways.
have you seen it?
No, I was going to say a shameless plug, but I was his stand-in for that.
Oh, really?
Really?
For that
Yeah,
movie?
yeah,
Drew's
yeah,
an actor, by the way.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
So
It was
the
mad.
stand-in is like when they like set up certain scenes, right?
Yeah, yeah. So they set up the scenes and everything. So they've got the camera on
That's so
you
cool.
because you have similar shape or hair or whatever it was, and yeah. So it was.
But you
But the
haven't
funny
watched
thing is,
it?
no, I haven't. No, I haven't seen it. No,
Drew's an actor that's been in several commercials and TV shows.
That's
Kev
so cool.
has shot footage on TV shows and commercials, and Drew famously did one in his underpants.
oh no, I knew that was
A
coming.
commercial?
I
That's
didn't
so
get the
cool.
part. I was.
He didn't even get the part. Some guy got him to sit in his underpants for no
Yeah,
reason.
it was awkward. Yeah,
Do you
crunchy
want to
nut
elaborate,
complex.
Drew?
That's definitely going to put you off your crunchy nut complex. I can't remember where I was going with this, but yeah, no, I was naughty because I took the T-shirt. I probably shouldn't be admitting this, but I took the T-shirt that I was wearing for that part basically.
That's cool.
So
I mean, I guess that makes sense that they would have filmed it there because
yeah,
it takes place. Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah,
Well, you
yeah,
should watch
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'll check that out. I'll definitely check that out.
Wait, I wanted to finish hearing your guys' favorite rom-coms because James, you said Crazy Stupid Love, but I don't know if anybody else gave their number one.
You've got to listen. You've got to watch Three Men and a Baby and Three Men and a Little Lady. Absolutely.
Oh, I
True.
was going to just when you said Free Men and a Little Late, that reminded me of, I don't know why, Father of the Bride, but that's not really a rom-com.
Oh
is it?
yeah,
Oh, that's a good movie.
that's a
Oh.
cute one.
But I generally would say Bridget Jones is one of the best rom-coms.
Can
and
I-
Four Weddings and a Funeral, if we're going British. And I don't know how you feel about this, if this is a bit on the nose, but Pretty Woman. That's
yeah.
where the woman is the protagonist all the way
Good
through.
movie.
And it's an older
I
film.
do. I like Pretty Woman.
I like
yeah.
that one, yeah.
I was gonna say Moulin Rouge broke me.
Oh, great film.
I love Moulin Rouge.
Issa
Moulin
just
Rouge.
wait. Is that the one you just saw on Broadway?
Yeah, I did see that one live recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not the same songs as the movie. So
No,
We did talk
No.
about doing an episode on that though, because she saw it and we were
Yeah,
like,
let me
yeah,
know.
we
I'd
should
love
do
to.
that.
I'd so check out that would be awesome. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Do an episode on. It's just such a great film, and just the whole concept and the stakes are so high, and then at one point she has to pretend to break his heart so that he will leave her and not. Yeah, it's so well done. It's a masterpiece. Moulin Rouge.
What about,
Well,
what
we've
about
been-
I
this
love Nicole
year?
Kidman.
Yeah.
She's
sorry.
incredible in that. Like that scene is so iconic. You know, when she's on the swing and it kind of comes down and the spotlight goes on her, and then
Yeah.
that film's just incredible. Like
Yeah. She's
Baz Luhrmann's a genius, and she's incredible. Oh, wait a
Oh
minute.
yeah, I forgot that was him.
I was about to say, no, that's a really bad idea. I'm not going to say that film with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise because that's...
Far and Away?
Anyway,
Eyes Wide Shut.
I was about to say Eyes Wide Shut, but that opens a whole
Oh.
can of worms.
I was like, we just did Far and Away, which was also Tom Cruise and Nicole
Far and
Kidman.
Away was so bad, wasn't it? Where he's like an Irish guy fighting people. I had that on video when I was
we
younger.
liked it.
And it had its own theme tune, didn't it? Remember it had its own theme tune?
Oh, what?
Like, it had its own song called Far and Away. Like,
Yeah,
that someone
well-
had sung. And it was so bad.
Yeah, there was a song. Wait, was that the one we read got like a Razzies? Was that Far and
Yeah,
Away?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's such a bad movie. And it had a theme tune and a theme song. It was just awful. He was just basically walking around beating people up, wasn't he?
Issa said it was very nostalgic to her, but we did read that like people, like especially Irish people, were like, "What is this?"
Oh, the
Yeah,
soundtrack was
accents are
so
bad.
bad. The theme tune. Yeah, I remember
But
that.
you know, I've never watched like I guess I've never thought about the fact that like we make movies a lot about like other people and other cultures. I've never watched like a British made movie portraying like Americans, only Americans, you know? And so I just don't have that perspective.
Good point.
Yeah, good point. British directors tend to do British stuff, like Guy Ritchie, and that tends to be very British, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have used Guy Ritchie in that sentence, but yeah, I see what you mean.
He's the first British director I could think of.
What about A Star Is Born? How do you guys feel about that film?
That's one I was gonna bring up with La La Land. Actually, I mean, the one with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
I loved it. I watched it in theaters, sobbed my eyes out,
Oh God.
felt depressed for like 2 weeks afterwards. But I've never watched it since because like it was so good and I loved it, but it like broke me also.
It broke me so
And-
hard. I was like, I can't
Yeah.
return. Yeah.
But I just saw I think it was yesterday was the anniversary or something. They posted about like
Oh, okay.
all of them, and I've been saying that I wanted to do like a Instagram series, like rewatching all four, but I'm building up to it because it really,
Yeah, it's a real tearjerker. Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, everyone was skeptical of Lady Gaga like being in a movie. But both of them. I was never like a huge Bradley Cooper fan or anything, but both of them felt like I forgot I was watching a movie. And not a lot of movies have like totally transported me like this, where I'm like felt like I was watching somebody's like real raw life. But yeah, it was
They
good.
just-
But that's one they would not call a romance because of
No,
how
it's
tragic it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, they disappear. Like, I know what you mean. They were two of like the top biggest stars on
Yeah.
the planet at the time of when it was coming out, and obviously, yeah, Lady Gaga's like, you know, super famous, but they just disappeared in the roles. Like you said, it was like you were just
Yeah.
watching these two go through such kind of.
Issa still needs to watch it,
Yeah.
but
It's so
That's
good.
funny. Did you guys hear? Because you're saying they disappear in their roles. Did you guys see the Fokker-in-Law trailer with Ariana Grande?
Yeah,
I did see that.
Everybody
Yeah, where she
was
does the
com-
Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, but everybody was complaining that she doesn't disappear into a role. Like it's Ariana.
you're just watching
Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, I do help. I kind of feel when they're sat around that table, it's a bunch of characters with Ariana Grande plonked in, almost like AI. Like, if you get what I mean. Like, she's not an actor anymore. She's just a celebrity.
Yeah.
But
Like,
she was an actor first. She's a singer
She
second.
was, yeah,
Yeah.
good- Sam and Cat and all that sort of stuff she did.
I mean,
but now it's like plonk. It's almost like she's a cameo.
yeah.
Well, I think with Lady Gaga, she disappeared because before that film, she was dressing outlandish in all her music videos. We never saw Lady
Yeah, that's
Gaga
the thing.
look
Yeah,
normal.
whereas
So that
Ariana
was her
Grande
looking
now just
normal.
seems like plonked in.
Yeah,
think
she's gotta
Ariana
be
Grande-
willing
Not
to
her
like
fault,
break
but-
away. Yeah. Same hair, same
wig,
makeup.
Same makeup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like a cut and paste. It's like, boop, done. AI,
Yeah.
done.
I'm sure she'll be good in it. I mean, I don't think it's going to be anything
I'm
exceptional.
sure
like
it'll be a
her,
good movie.
yeah.
She can act and she
I
can.
can't help but
Goddamn,
like
because
her.
she can sing.
Yeah.
I'd like
I
to
think
see her in a
it's-
dramatic role. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think
it's very
singing is
different.
her main thing now.
Like
Acting
comedy.
is just like a side thing.
Sorry.
Well, I guess. Well, but wasn't she like really wanting to? or maybe this was just a rumor, that she was trying to like campaign for like an Audrey Hepburn role, and that's why she kept trying to
yeah.
like channel her and like her interviews and styles and stuff. So I feel like
But, it's
she
like,
would want a serious role, but um, we'll see if it
but would they
happens.
make an Audrey Hepburn style film now? Like, maybe.
No,
Because she's an incredible singer.
Not
they just
style,
announced
but
Incredible
one,
actor.
a
didn't they?
drama about her. Yeah, yeah. It's not going
Yeah,
to be an
Lily
Audrey Hepburn
Collins.
style.
Oh yeah,
What,
Lily Collins.
what are your thoughts on like Brokeback Mountain?
Oh,
We just
so
recorded
funny.
an episode on that.
That's the one we did with our guests. And it's funny because A Star Is Born came up in the conversation with Brokeback Mountain because they're both just like tragic, and they both like have really recognizable stars, but that you know still watch this movie and see them. So yeah, we
Yeah,
just
it's like
watched that one.
Michelle Williams, Anna Hathaway,
Yeah,
Jake Gyllenhaal, Heath Ledger.
Anna Hathaway looks unbelievable for her age, doesn't she?
yeah. But
Is
I
she like
was
50 something years old?
in Brokeback
That's
Mountain though.
not
I
that old.
couldn't help but think like she the blonde hair was not for her in that movie. Once I thought at the beginning, I was like, wow, she looks so pretty. And then they bleached her hair. And by the end, I was like, that's not the big blonde hair was so strange to see on her. But yeah, that was, we liked that one. But
That was
it's
our
one,
first time watching it.
yeah, both of us.
It's heartbreaking because of the love triangles, isn't it? Because you've got
Yeah.
all those different groups, but those two would rather be away doing their own thing because they can't help but fall in love with each other, and they're
Yeah.
betraying their wives. So it's like
But
it
it was
just
kind
adds.
of hard to
Anne,
discuss
Anne
because,
Hathaway is incredible.
yeah, we were like, we liked it, but did we enjoy it? Like, because it is so tragic. Like you said, like, nobody gets a happy ending in that movie. It's not
No,
even just that they don't. Like everybody is getting a bad ending, and it really is a tragic story.
but
It's
but
the type of movie though that the more you think about it, the better it gets. Like I watched
100%.
it and I was sad, but then I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, and yeah, it's definitely a 5-star movie for me.
Yeah, that music, that kind of like theme tune just keeps playing in my head, and it's
Yeah.
just so simple, just those strums of the guitar, and it's like, yeah, it's so powerful, that film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to lighten things up, what have you guys got to look forward to for your summer coming up? Got any holidays planned or anything at all that? Visit each other, maybe?
Visiting each other.
Yes.
Sydney's coming to visit me this
She's like,
weekend.
no.
Yeah, it's Issa's birthday on Star Wars Day,
Monday.
May the 4th.
May the 4th. Happy birthday.
Yes,
Thank you.
so I'm gonna go see her for the weekend, and we're gonna watch The Devil's Wear. I keep saying The Devils, as in two. The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Maybe that's what they should have called it for the sequel.
The Devils Wear
That would've been
Prada.
so
Yeah.
cool. Devils.
No, really.
I missed out on a trick.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll probably have some fun. We made not a bucket list, a vision board at the beginning of the year of goals for our podcast, and we're almost 5 months into the year now, and we haven't really done anything. So
They
maybe
were
we'll
lofty
accomplish
goals.
more of that. Yeah.
Trust us, it'll come.
We have some goals of like we want to go to, like, I don't know, we might just High School Musical was filmed here in Salt Lake City, so it might have to be as simple as that, but we said we wanted to go to like some movie sets and
That's cool.
some fun stuff like that. So we'll see what we can accomplish.
That's good. You're not that far from Vegas either. You can go and
Yeah.
must be tons of stuff there, you know?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. I didn't even.
Yeah.
think of
Kevin's
Vegas.
recently come back from Graceland.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Issa's going to
I'm-
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm gonna go to Graceland in June. Was it worth going? Do you think?
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
it's incredible. I'm literally just back 2 days ago. I'm still not
Oh.
I'm not on the right time zone at the moment still. It's a bit
yeah.
weird. But yeah, it's phenomenal. Are you just going for a couple of days, or are you going with like a tour group, or?
Yeah, one of our friends recently moved out there, so I've never been to Memphis, so yeah, I'm gonna go visit her, and that's like the number one thing on my list. So
Oh, sweet! It's $85 to get in to do the museum and the house, but the house is free between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning. The gates
okay.
open because they've got a grave site in the place, so you can just walk up past the house to the memorial gardens for an hour
wow.
for free,
That's
which
good
is
to know. Okay.
it's really really peaceful because when it's open and it's chaotic, there's tons of people around, so you can get a nice peaceful walk up on your own basically, and then it's
Weezy little bit like travel tips.
and there's
Did you
sorry,
did you take that trip like just to go to Graceland?
yeah,
Really?
Are you a big Elvis fan?
my partner is, she's
Oh.
obsessed. I'm a big music person and I love Elvis too. Definitely more of a Beatles guy, but it was still incredible to go and see the beginning
That's
of
cool.
popular music and stuff. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome. You get to see his like private planes and stuff. Like you can just walk onto his private planes and his back garden
Oh
and
wow.
stuff. It's insane. There's so much to see. And then you've
So
got
did
like
you like the
sun.
Oh, sorry.
Were
I
you
was
gonna
going to
say
ask if
Baz
you liked the
Luhrmann?
movie Yesterday.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's brilliant.
Did you like
That's a
that?
romance as well. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My husband loves that one. I thought it was okay, but I liked Elvis more and he thought Elvis was okay, but he loved Yesterday. Different types of
Yeah,
movies
Austin Butler
obviously, but
Elvis was incredible.
yeah.
Baz Luhrmann's Epic, which is the live version of Elvis, was even better. That was phenomenal. But yeah, Yesterday, that's just a lovely Beatles film with Himesh Patel. Just so good,
Yeah.
so
He's so
good.
good at that.
It's a
I was going to
great
say,
idea for a film as well. It's a great concept, like all the
Yeah.
songs being wiped from history, and he's the only one that knows it. It's good.
Yeah.
But you'll
well,
love Graceland. Sorry, Drew.
sorry, I was going to say another potential romance one that wouldn't necessarily be. I don't know if it would count as a romance when I say it, but Baby Driver.
Oh, I watched Baby Driver. Yeah.
How good is
Great
that?
movie.
Like the love they have for each other, that kind of subtext, or even like they don't even need to say it. It's just the way they look at each other, or then driving off into the sunset. But they
Yeah.
both want things for each other, and it's so powerful, that film.
Yeah.
Well,
Ansel
we should.
Elgort's got himself in some trouble though, so
Little
that's
bit.
Rumor
yeah.
has it.
Little bit.
Rumor has it that that's not actually. I mean, yeah, he's. I don't know. it,
Rumor, is he being cleared? Has he?
Well, this is what I think. Yeah, because he's still working and stuff. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know the claims. I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
on that
Baby Driver was
bombshell,
fun,
Drew, we should probably wrap up. Issa's probably got to go back to work. You're in the middle of a
God,
work
yeah.
day.
Your lunch break. Yeah.
I have been getting emails during this.
Yeah, I
My
bet.
goodness.
They
thank
never
you.
let. He's a girl boss. They call it girl boss too close to the sun. That's Issa's life, and now she's got a promotion, but she's got a lot of work.
Issa Icarus.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but
That's
this
the worst
was
thing
really
about
fun.
worst thing about promotion, isn't it? More responsibility,
Yeah.
more emails. No, it was great. Yeah, it was
Definitely.
great fun having you guys on. I think we've spoken to you longer than we definitely planned to, so we could probably just keep
In
naming
a
films
positive way.
forever.
In a positive way.
We had a strategy. We had a thought process about the episodes, and it ended up just being shouting out films.
Yeah, that was out the window within 3 seconds.
But it was
No, it
fun
was
doing
fun.
that. Well, we need to
Yeah.
get you back on another time, or do a collaboration. Like we can do a record.
Yeah. Let's watch
that-
the same movie.
Yeah, and then we just talk about it, and because we both record on Riverside, you can just release it
Yeah.
as your episode, and we'll release it as our episode, and
That's
just say a
genius.
Yeah.
collaboration.
That would be really fun. Yeah.
That'd be
that's
fun.
good.
Yeah. Well, let us know if there's like doesn't it'll have to classify as romance for you guys, but it can be loose. It can be loose.
Yeah, we should look at we have a list of like 2026 releases, so we should
Yeah.
look at our list and see if there's any you guys are interested in watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drop me a message with a list, and I'll share it with the boys, and we'll go right. We're definitely seeing this one and this one, so we'll
Yeah.
hook up that week and have a chat, and then we can put it out. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And we'll watch Bridget Jones' Diary just for you. So
Yeah.
100%.
And what
You'll
was
love
the other one you said? Two men and a
Oh yeah, two men and a
Three
baby.
men and a little lady,
three men and a
or Three men and a baby.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that one
I
too.
gotta write it
Three Men
down
and a
before I
Baby's the
forget.
original. Then she grows up and it's a
Tom
little lady.
Selleck. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
yeah, for sure.
it's wholesome. It's like family friendly. It's good.
Feel good. Well, they say feel good,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
The twins will love it.
yeah. Now I've got one woman and two babies. Yes, we'll watch it.
All right. Well, we'll have an awesome day. It's middle of the day for you guys. It's 10:30 here. But
Yep.
yeah, have a lovely day, and we'll drop us a message, and we'll catch up soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
Thank
Bye.
you very
Thanks
much.
so much for coming on. That was
See
awesome.
you later.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you had a whale of a time.
Thank you all for your continued support, and please do check out our other fun episodes with many great and interesting guests. And just to let you know, we're also on YouTube if you want to also watch us. But do give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok, and we'd love a cheeky 5-star rating on here if you had a moment. And if you do want to support us further, we do have merch. The links are here and on our socials. It's ragewhale.tmill.com. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.